Good morning, boys and girls. Sorry this is a little late getting out. I had a busy weekend, so um, I want to go over um, a paragraph with you, and then I have a short Edge Elastic assignment for you to do as a review. It's just a multiple choice, but I also wanted to go through a paragraph with you. So if you remember, we did this paragraph before we even started talking about theme. It says Georgia decided to take a sewing class, but felt very frustrated when she couldn't sew a straight line on the first day. This looks so easy, but it's not. Clearly, I'm just terrible at sewing, she complained. Even though she felt frustrated, she continued to go to class week after week. Each week, her sewing instructor helped her. By the last week of class, Georgia finally completed a project all by herself. She created a rectangular pillow for her bed with four mostly perfect straight lines. Okay, so what I would like you to do is I want you to try this on your own. Just grab a scrap piece of paper. It's nothing that you're going to turn in, but it will help you to realize if you're getting it or not. Because I want you to pause this and then come back, and then I'm going to go over it. So then you can tell if you've got it or not. So it's up to you whether you want to do this or not, but it will help you, and then you will feel more positive about the test tomorrow because you're going to have to do something like this on the test tomorrow. So if you will just pause this, what you're going to do is answer the question, what is the theme of this passage? And then give two pieces of evidence. So you're going to write a paragraph just with 3 sentences in your paragraph. The first one is the theme, and then 2 pieces of evidence, and using those transitions to connect the sentences together. So pause this now and then come back after you've tried it and see how you did. Okay, go ahead. All right, so hopefully you tried this on your own, and now you're just seeing if you did it correctly. So let's look at the actions of Georgia. Georgia is frustrated because she's taking this sewing class and she's not good, right? She can't even do a straight line, but she keeps going. Even though she's frustrated, she keeps going to the class week after week. She gets help from her instructor. And what is the result of those actions? She creates a pillow in the end. Um, so what lesson do we learn? What moral do we learn from this story? Well, let's look. Remember how I said you take those specific actions and then you have to make a general statement, right? You have to turn it into a general thing so that it fits everyone. So when you're looking at Georgia, she wants to learn how to sew, right? So what can we say? What can we call that? Well, she has a goal, right? Well, how can we say that she continued to go to class week after week and she continued to work on it? How can we put that? What did she do? Well, she didn't give up. She worked hard. She persevered. Okay. She kept going. So use those terms when you are creating a theme. What's the result of that? Well, her goal was to learn how to sew. She did that. So she accomplished her goal. She met her goal. She accomplished her task. So something like that. She succeeded. Okay. Any of those terms. So I am going to do one, but there are others that still apply. So just because you don't have the exact same one that I have doesn't mean you're wrong. So mine is going to be, first of all, I'm going to restate the prompt. The theme, you know what, I'm going to put this in a different color just so that it stands out. Okay. The theme of this story is if you work hard, you can accomplish your goals. Okay. I like I like the if and then, but I also like the accomplish your goals. I like to look at things as a goal. But you can also say, if you work hard, you will succeed. If you don't give up, you will succeed. If you persevere, you will succeed. Or if you persevere, you will accomplish your goal. Um, uh, any of those kind of things. Okay. So if you have something similar to that, you're good. Okay. So now let's give the evidence. Well, the first piece of evidence has to be we have to show someone working hard, or you have to show someone not giving up if that's your thing, or practicing. You have to show somebody practicing. Many different things that you can use here. Um, you can also say if you practice, you will get better. Okay, so those are also things. So the first part, though, is we have to show somebody, for me, working hard. Well, Georgia is the one who worked hard, and I just need to show that. So I'm going to start with, in this case, the one piece of evidence does not fit. So I'm going to say according to the text. Okay, so according to the text, or according to the story, however we want to do it, um, even though Georgia was frustrated, let's see, well, I want to say with her sewing, with her sewing. All right, let's move this up so you can see it. Okay, because I want to be specific. So I want to say, what is she frustrated with? So even though Georgia was frustrated with her sewing, um, well, maybe with her sewing project because she had a project. You can just say sewing. You see how I keep going back and forth, like trying to make it better, trying to make it more specific, because when you're giving the evidence, you have to make it specific. So even though Georgia was frustrated with her sewing project, um, she she kept going to class, right? So she kept going each week. Oops, I should probably spell it correctly. She kept going each week, uh, getting help from her instructor. So it doesn't have to be totally like this, but something you need to say something specific that she did. Okay, so um, she continued to go to class week after week. Her instructor helped her. So something about her continuing to go to class and working on it. Okay, you need to give a specific action, and the specific action in this paragraph was that she went week after week getting help from her instructor. So you can say that you can do it in two different sentences. It doesn't have to be just three sentences if you don't know how to write it without doing a run on. But you need to say something about her continuing to work on her project going. And specifically, she kept going each week, getting help from her instructor. Not like those words, but you could say she kept going week after week working on her project, something like that. Okay. So that is the first one. The second piece of evidence has to show me the result. Well, the result is she made that pillow, right? So I want to connect that. I'm not going to say another piece of evidence. I'm not going to say um, it also says, I want to connect that back to my theme. My theme is that she worked hard. So I'm going to say, as um, as a result, or because she worked hard, okay, as a result of her hard work, okay, because I'm the reason why I'm saying the hard work is because that's what my theme says. So I'm taking it back. If you said practice, then I'm going to say as a result of her practice or because she practiced. If I said don't give up, I'm going to say because she didn't give up. Okay. So whatever your theme is, connect this back to it. So as a result of her hard work, uh, Georgia finished her project by sewing. Oops. Oh my goodness. By sewing. And then I'm just going to be specific. A rectangular shaped pillow. So here's my specific from the story. So this shows that I'm getting it right from the story. So I'm not going to just say, as a result of her hard work, she succeeded, because that's not giving me a specific action that she did. So this is connecting it as a result of her hard work, is connecting it back to my theme. But then this is giving the specific thing that she did. Now, after I wrote it, I need to read it because I was writing it as three separate sentences, right? Now I need to make sure that it actually flows. So the theme of this story is if you work hard, you can accomplish your goals. According to the text, even though Georgia was frustrated with her sewing project, she kept going each week, getting help from her instructor. Okay. Or you could say she kept going week after week, getting help from her instructor. Either way. As a result of her hard work, Georgia finished her project by sewing a rectangular shaped pillow. Okay, I have two pieces of evidence. I connected it together. I first said that I'm getting this information from the text. Then my second transition is a direct link back to my theme. So it all fits together. It's a complete paragraph, complete sentences. This is it. Now, yours does not have to say the exact same thing, but your first piece of evidence should show either her working hard, her not giving up, her practicing something. And this is the only thing that she did. So she kept going week after week, or she kept going back each week working on it, something. Okay, because that's the only thing that it says in here. So that has to be your first piece of evidence. And your second piece of evidence has to be that she created the pillow. Now, how you word it can be totally different, but the evidence has to be the same. Okay. All right. So now what I want you to do, your final thing is go to Edge Elastic. The link is on Google Classroom. So go to Edge Elastic. There is just a 10 question um, multiple choice where all you're doing is picking the theme. So I give you these short little stories, and then there are, um, most of them have four choices. Okay. So you choose the best theme. Remember that a theme has to be a complete sentence. It has to it has to apply to everyone. And there cannot be characters' names. So if there's characters' names, or if there's she or anything like that, do not choose that. Okay. Some of them you have to watch a short little video clip and then get the theme from the video clip. So tried to make it a little fun by doing some videos with it. So do that now, turn it in, and I am going to check those to see if we are comprehending this. And then tomorrow is your test. So make sure you are using your ELA notebook. Go over, make sure you know that a theme can be a message, a lesson, or a moral. All four of those mean the same thing. They're all synonyms. You need to know that for the test. A theme is not a main idea, those are separate things. So make sure you know that. Be able to pick out what you're going to do on the test is you're going to have to pick out themes like your assignment today. It's exactly what you're going to have to do on the test tomorrow. And then you're going to have to write one paragraph like this, where I give you a short little story like this, and you have to write the theme and two pieces of evidence in paragraph form. So your review today is very similar to what you're going to have to do for your test tomorrow. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please either dojo me or send me a message on Google Classroom. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.